welcome to the General. Okay, we have a replay for you here. It's a mouse. This is a German super heavy tier 10 and it's located on the south spawn of Mountain Pass under the command of Pip. I'll call him Pip from now on. So it's got a longer name than that, but yeah, just call him Pip. Well, 128mm gun, and he's loaded the APCR to start with, 490 alpha, and the engine's up front on this vehicle. And unusual is that you don't really want to point your turret at the enemy unless you're ready to shoot, because the front of the turret is a weak spot, so is the side, so you want to angle your turret as much as you can. And I think Pip has decided he's going to go down the ice road, so he's backing up, and I think he's going to turn around and go down that way. Well, this tank was part of the Entwicklung series. They did actually build one, and the Russians have it now. It's at Kubinka, at their tank museum in Moscow. And unfortunately, it's not a working version, because the inside the turret, it's all been stripped out. There's no equipment for the gun. It's a pity, really, because it would be lovely to see this thing back in operation, but I think the cost of doing that would be absolutely horrendous. Well, looks like Pip is going to take up a defensive position guarding the ice road. Nobody else has gone down this way, and so he's anticipating that the enemy is going to come in this direction. He's angled his vehicle such a way as that the enemy won't be able to get shots at it. Oh, okay, first target's a T110E5, an American tier 10 heavy. Unfortunately, first round doesn't do anything. And again, as I said before, you need to angle your turret away from the enemy when you're not shooting. Well, as soon as you're shooting, then you can point it. Well, he tracked him, or at least he damaged his tracks, and the round from the... oh, there's a 257 down there, and that round didn't go through, but the T110E5 did get a round through. Now, where did that round go? Looks like it went straight through the front of the turret, the weak spot, just as I said. Don't want to get hit in the turret if you can help it, so don't point your turret at the enemy until you're ready to shoot. And that one ricochets off the E5. He fires one back, hits the rock. And that time he went right through the drive wheel and damaged the tank behind it. Now 257's got close. It's that very unusual V hull. So if you've got a 257, you must have been quite a good player, because they didn't hand them out to everyone. Go for the E5 again, and this time he overwhelms the frontal armour and gets another penetration. 479 this time. Here comes the 257. And he's going to try and stick to the other side of this rock. Well, that didn't penetrate, just went into the armour, but he's got a teammate turned up now. A Progetto 46, the tier 8 version. And that's going to give him the opportunity to put a round into the... No, he doesn't get it through the 257, and the Progetto's dead. Killed by the E5. I'm pretty sure his team have recognised the danger, though. It's a pity, though, that the other team members, the RT specifically, are not firing down this way, because they could certainly help Pip to deal with these two heavy tanks. No, managed to bounce that one from the E5. And if the 257 stays like that, he might be able to get around through the side. And the RT does suddenly come into action, and he pumps around into the 257, who's now one shot. Now, he's backing away, but he's going to have to turn his turret, and that's going to make him vulnerable to the E5. But there you go. 257 is now dead. He's got his turret the full way round. And the E5, well, he's doing his level best to put rounds through the side, but he failed. And now, Pip is going to put a round through the cupola. And he does. And that E5 is now well and truly screwed, I should say, because he's backed up against that rock, he can't move, and now he's dead. So Pip has got a kill at last, and somebody else took that kill. It was the T10 actually, and the rest of the team don't seem to be doing too badly, even though they because the scores are moderately even. There's only one tank down. A lot of the tanks are now returning to the cap area because the enemy seems to be in strength on the west side of the cap, but our attack has now gone up the ice road, and it appears they're trying to deal with a Type 4 heavy down the other end of the or just down in the dip, and it looks like they've got him in hand. So I think Pip is going to be receiving a few enemy tanks coming in his direction: Object 263, a 110, a Reveille, a Panther 2, an ISU 152 and a Scorpion G. But they probably won't all come at the same time. Let's hope they don't. And he's now preparing to defend the cap. The Wizzy 120 and the Striv have gone up on top, and the Striv poked his nose over the edge and got blown away by the Reveille. And we've now just lost the Wizzy 1201 FT as well. So now we're 2 tanks down on the enemy. Now, because of this huge engine up front, I'm afraid there's not much gun depression if you are actually pointing directly over the front of the vehicle. But as long as your gun's actually to one side, then yes, you can actually make shots over the front. Now, interestingly, the 128mm gun is the same gun that they used on the Jagdtiger, and it could pretty much destroy anything that it came up against. 110, blown away, one shot. Okay, the next target is either the Reveille, I think, is the Panther 2 is just around the corner, but he's hiding up against the cliff edge. I really don't think he wants to come up against the mouse. That's why he's hiding. Well, the enemy just lost their Scorpion G in the on the ice road. He was just taken out by the arty. The GWE 100 got him with a shotgun, I believe. Here's the Panther 2 and the Object 263, and he gets a lovely shot there into the Panther 2. Okay, if that Panther 2 ventures any further, he's a one shot. So's the 263. Here we go. Oh no, it ricochets off. Lucky Panther 2 survives for another shot, but we've got a T10 here, and he finishes off the Panther. So that T10's not doing so badly. He's got 3 kills already. Now, who's going to be next? Well, 2 tank destroyers to deal with. The ISU 152 and then the 263. We punch around through that. No, he's going for the ISU first. He's gone. That's 3 kills now for Pip, and he could platoon now with the T10, but for the fact that the T10 has just been taken out by the 263. Unfortunate. Here goes the 263. Yep, 1 round in, but it's not enough to kill him. Leaves him on 15 hit points, but he's a ram kill now. In fact, actually, he's being pushed up the hill, and that's a rather unfortunate position to be in. And oh, that round missed. I'd be firing the HE now. Unfortunately, he just lost his gunner. Here we go. Oh, one more. That ram should have killed him, but that did. And now we've got the Reveille in our side at the moment, being a bit of a nuisance. If you want some, you can have some. Unfortunately, our loading is down, so our reload time is, well, long. Very long. But the Reveille, well, he's doing his damnedest to keep moving around us. Now, just need to move up against that 263, and the Reveille won't be able to continue going round. We're being hit by the RT from the enemy team. The Reveille, well, he's just sitting there now, and that was a very bad move because that was all that was going to happen. And that means now it's just the RT at the other end. Now they've just fired, so they're in a long reload. Our tracks are going to be up. They're up. Now we can get moving. Unfortunately, our repair kits and our first aid kits are both on cooldown. So it's going to be a little while before they're available. There's one of the RT shots. I think one of the RT reloaded early. And there was the other one. I think the first one was the M53, M55. The second one was the GWE100. He's got a slightly longer reload. Okay, so they're now firing blind. And more than likely, they will move away from their firing positions. I expect that we might see one of them going up the ice road and the other one taking a different route. But it looks to me like Pip is going to go up the bridge road. And, well, he has a 50-50 chance, I suppose, or is it 30% chance, 33% chance of meeting one of them coming the other way. I actually think there's a fairly good chance the GWE100 will meet one of them. Okay, well, he's inching his way around just in case one of them's waiting in ambush. An 8-inch shell could actually wipe him out. And of course we know that the M53, M55 does have an 8-inch howitzer. And the GWE100, well, if he's got the top gun, he's got a 21cm gun. And here's the M53. He's right at the end of the road. And he's gone. So that means it's just the GWE100, but he also knows where Pip is. And he might be aiming at this moment to try and get a shot. If he's on the move, he won't be able to. Oh, here he is. And he's going to try and shotgun as well. Bad move. Took around there for 306. But, oh, well, there you go. He killed Pip. It's a good try, but he was taken out seconds later by the 212, who actually was able to get a shot in from the west side of the map. So, game over. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, believe it or not, it's a first class tanker for Pip in the mouse. He managed to get a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage during that game. A bruiser, a duelist, a fire for effect out of the minor medals. Out of the major ones, he got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that battle, and a top gun because he got 6 kills when he killed that M53, M55. That was his 6th kill, and so he picked up the top gun. Let's have a look at team score. There you go, right at the top of the table, 4,641 hit points of damage. Next high scorer was the GWE100 that killed him, 3,790. And after that came the Reveille with 3,770. When it came to kills, yep, he's top of the table with 6. The next highest scorer only had 3. And when it came to base XP, he's top of the table again. So basically, he has got the top of the table, all 3 columns. 1,231 base XP. He fired 22 rounds, got 21 direct hits and 13 penetrations. Penetrations was a bit of a problem with the 263, I think, the Object 263. Damage of 4,641 hit points and all of it was at close range. He received 16 hits from the enemy. Only 6 of them were penetrations, 10 non-penetrations, and 6 hits as a result of splash damage. He blocked damage of 3,610 hit points in total. Spotted 4 enemy vehicles, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 6 of them, and did damage assistance of 1,508 hit points. I think that's spotting assistance, actually. Earned credits of 85,116, and also got compensation for damage by allies of 1,528. I think that was an RT round that was fired at one of the enemies and damaged him in the process, splashed him. So total 86,645, and he didn't have to resupply ammunition. He probably had plenty spare, so he actually ended up with 86,645 credits to take away. He received 1,847 XP, times 3 for the first victory, took away 5,541. So very good game there in the mouse by Pip. So if you enjoyed that replay, please subscribe to our channel, and we'll have great replays like this all the time for you. Thanks very much for watching.